Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to put in a new radio in your Prius. This is a 2010 Prius Generation 3, and it's a pretty good radio. Factory radio comes with the CD player, but I'd like to do a CarPlay. So when I get in with my iPhone, it just shows up. The screen has the same things on it that my iPhone has. It's a touch screen. So I got one from Amazon. We'll put a link in the description below. I just put one in my Yukon. I really like it. So I got the same one, but kind of designed for the Prius. So I'm going to go over today how to, this is the unboxing, taking it out of the box, but how to put this in. It's pretty cool. It has the same kind of shape or frame as the existing one. And pretty simple. It doesn't go back very far because it doesn't have a CD player, and pretty easy to put in. This looks pretty much identical to the one I put in to the Yukon. What I like about the one in the Yukon, same kind of system. Right when I get in, I just start up the truck and my screen shows up and I don't have to do anything. It just shows up the same screen as on my iPhone. There's some things you have to do initially, kind of type of programming to get to start, but it's not that hard to do. So this also comes with some other doodads. Oh, that's cool. You got a trim removal tool to help you get in there. That's great. And you've got your, if you want to hook it up to RCA jacks, you have that. And you have your GPS antenna. So you're going to have GPS right there, even away from your iPhone, your map app. If you just want to have GPS, there's a GPS antenna, it'll run. That's cool. And then you've got your different connectors for power and hooking up to your different speakers. And you got a backup camera too. That's pretty cool. So when you put this into reverse, it'll show up. There's a little camera that comes with it. It'll show up what's behind you. I hooked that up to the Yukon. That's pretty cool. Pretty easy to do. And what else? Let's see. You also have a microphone. That's cool. It even comes with a little Phillips head screwdriver. Wow. And I would imagine these little tiny Phillips head mounting screws. So that's great. Instructions, looks like it's pretty simple instructions, not much there. Maybe they give you a code or something. Yeah, it's just showing you how to do the wiring. So I'll read through that. Shows you how to do the disassembly of the old radio. And once I have that read through, we'll get into it here and get a new radio. That's going to be great. Yeah, big screen. Watch Netflix. Go on the internet. You have a map. You have all this stuff on your phone. And I think I've only paid like $130 for this. Something like that. So pretty cheap. So let's go ahead and get to how we're going to get out the old system and then how to install it. Okay guys, looks like the first thing we're supposed to pry off is this cowling here. So we have a pry tool, stuck it in here, we're going to pry up. Never did this before. So I got it in there, I'm just twisting it a little bit to get it to move. Go up a little higher, twist it. Looks like it wants to come up this edge first. So get it in here. Twist it. Yeah, so I went up here, twisted, I'm getting more and more now. It looks like it's ready to come out. Lift it a little more. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It comes right out. All right, nice. So once you get it pried up, you got some wires connected. You could just disconnect these, but maybe we can just set them off to the side. So it looks like the next panel they want us to take off is this one right here. Okay, it looks like we're supposed to pry it off maybe up here next to the glove box. So twisting toward me. It wants to come out. Yeah, it's definitely moving. All right, so it's coming out. It's coming with the ashtray. So now I want to get this other side moving. I think this stays, but this piece is going to come up. Yeah, so that pries up. So it looks like we can lift that up and just kind of put it off to the side. I'm not sure if we need to get the wires out. That one you don't even have anything wired. Just put it off to the side. Okay, interesting. Looks like I got to clean this up. It's been a long time of not having that open. Okay. Pry open the center console decorative trim and remove it. Okay. Pry open the outer frame of the radio. Disconnect the connecting wires. Okay. Then pry open the ignition key panel and then unscrew the 4 screws on both sides of the radio. Okay, so we're getting close already. So this is the decorative trim that's around the radio. When I removed the last panel, it looks like it came out a little bit, but if it didn't come out, it looks like you probably enter here. And be careful, take your time. You don't want to crack anything. So when you get to a situation like this, don't pull up on this anymore because these are kind of weak, right? Come over on this side and then start prying up. There we go. Okay. So probably going to be some wires connected to this guy. I'm going to press in on this little tab here and remove this wire. This trim piece out of here. And then they said there's taking out this screw right here with the screwdriver that came with it. There we go. Put that off to the side. You need to pry off this one too. That's the ignition switch. We're going to take out that bolt, that bolt, that bolt, and that bolt, and then we should be able to get the radio out. So let's remove this little protective screen. Looks like we can get access to it up here at the top, upper left. Pull it out of there. Yeah, you have a lot better access to your screen. Won't feel as weird. So I hooked this up to power, and I hooked it up to my iPhone, and it worked great. I had iPhone here on the display, and I was able to do everything. So everything's working great. It's a really easy hookup. I put my car antenna right into, flip this over, put my car antenna right into that one. This is going to be where I'm going to hook up the backup camera. Still need to do that. And yeah, my antenna just went right into there. For other types of, this is part of it for other types of car antennas. But on this 2010 Prius, I just put the antenna jack right into there. I hooked up the GPS. Everything's going great. The only thing I haven't figured out yet is my steering wheel controls for the radio don't seem to be connected yet. And I think that's because we have 4 of these jacks coming out of the radio, and only 2 of them work like plug and play with the ones that are coming out from my car, my 2010 Prius. So the other 2, I would imagine, we'll look into the manual, but probably have something to do with the steering wheel control. So it might not be that I can just plug it in. I might have to like cut and splice, but that'll be no big deal. We'll cover that later. So the other thing I'm having a little trouble with is that this does not have a real easy ability for this radio to be bolted in like the old radio was. It came out of it, but it does seem to fit pretty good into this trim piece. This is the trim piece from the car. So you can just fit it right in there. Just clicks in, and there's one here on the side, clicks in, the side clicks in. So no problem. When you look at it though from the front, this should fit in here closer. So if I push it pretty hard from behind, I can get this front of this plastic to match up with the front of the trim piece, but you got to use a fair amount of force to get that to all fit. And then it won't stay at the top, because at the top there's nothing that'll lock it in. And I may use maybe a little contact cement. Put some here and here, here and here, and then on the trim piece, there and there, and then clamp that overnight. And then I can just install this whole thing as one unit. I think that's going to work good. Hey guys, we got everything working good on our radio. We just want to do the steering wheel controls on this 2010 Prius. So when you look at what's left after you hook up your radio, you have this one coming from the radio or the headset to the car. This one's coming from the headset to the car. And there's these two left. And the one we want to look for the wires for the steering wheel control is the one that has 20 little holes. So 10 across the top, 10 across the bottom. Shows us which ones we want to tap into. We count across the top. The top would be, look at it, would be where you have this little tab that you press down to release it. Looking at that guy, that'd be the top where my index finger is. You count across from your left towards your right until you get to 6, 7, and 8. And those are the wires that we're going to cut. We don't have to cut the other ones. I'm going to cut this back a little bit more. This covering, I'll expose those 3. I'll cut them, but I won't cut them right at the modular connector. I'll cut them about here, just those 3. And then we'll strip them, and we'll hook them up to see if we get steering wheel control. So again, this is on a 2012 Toyota Prius. We're looking at this connector from the car. It has 20 pins. This is the top where my thumb is. I'm going to count across from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you want to get number 6, 7, and 8 and cut them. So let's do that next. So you guys, we measured across, and we cut number 6, 7, and 8. And on this car, 6 is appears to be pink, 7 is red, and 8 is green. And then looks like the ones we want to hook up to control the steering wheel are going to be the orange, and the black. Hey guys, I was able to get steering wheel control. This is on again a 2010 Prius Generation 3. So what I did is I took this jack, which has the 10 across the top, 10 across the bottom. This is the top part with the thing you press down on to disconnect it. And I cut the pink wire, the red wire, and the green wire. Stripped them back. And the green and red wire, I believe, are what are called key 1 and key 2. This is just like a jumper wire to make it reach far enough. But I hook those up. The green wire comes up to the one from the radio is orange and black. So the green one went to orange and black. The red wire, which I think is key 2, went to the one from the radio, the stereo, the orange one. And the pink wire, this is just a jumper wire, I brought it over to the black wire coming from the stereo, which I think that's the ground. And it works, but once you hook it up, you got to do one more step. I'll show you guys. Pretty easy to do. It's just like a programming thing. Turn it on. And from the home button, you press this one called Settings. And then scroll. Oh, sorry, it just did its link up to my phone with the Bluetooth. That's cool. I love how it does that automatically. Let me do it again. From the home button, I'm going to go Settings. I'm going to scroll up, and I have one called Factory Setup. Let me do that. Press that. It's going to want a code, and the default code that you can put in for your radio, works for almost all these Chinese radios, is just 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Press OK. And then we want to go to this button that says Party Control Learning. Not sure why it says Party Control. Press Party Control. It's a steering wheel key. And then, say you want to get the volume up button. So you press volume up, it'll be blue, and just hold the volume up button on your steering wheel until this turns yellow. There we go. And for the volume down, press volume down, hold it until it turns yellow. Got it. And for the next channel for your radio, go to the next button here. You're going to press next, and then you're going to press this arrow. Sorry, you can't see the arrow very good. Until that turns yellow. And then you're going to go to the previous. This one, keep holding it until that turns yellow. And that's it. And then you just press save. And there's other things you can do with these buttons. You know, you don't have, it doesn't have to be volume. You could make it so that it goes to radio or navigation, whatever you want to do. You can program it yourself. Or AM, FM. That's pretty cool. I do want to try something. I want to sometimes listen to AM radio. I'm going to press AM. I'm going to press short press. Oh, I guess those are all short press that we just did. Now it's on the long press. So all 4 of these seem to work. So we go to AM radio. I'm going to do a long press here. Let's see if that'll turn yellow. Yeah, got it. So I have now an ability to go low volume, high volume with a short press. I can change the channel down on the radio, up on the radio, and I can go to AM if I just hold this for about 3 seconds. Once you have it programmed the way you want it, just press save. And then if you go back to home, try it. Let's try radio. It's changing the channel. It's working good. It's going up. This one, go down. Yeah, that's good. Volume. Okay, so the volume, every time I click it, it'll go up higher, higher. Okay, gotcha. All right, that's cool. I'm about to put this in. I do want to run the cable to do the backup camera. I'm going to set up that cable, and I'm going to get the cable out here where I can get to it later, and then I'm going to run it back to the camera. Let me finish this up and I'll show you guys. So before I put this all back in, I do want to just get this set up and then run the cable out here so I can mess with it later. So I'm going to strip this orange wire a little bit, expose some wire, hook up this one, and then I want to get this pink wire that says back on it. Strip that one and hook it to the orange wire. That way when I go to reverse and my reverse lights come on, it's going to send a signal to the head unit that says it's going reverse, and it'll show up the camera. So that's what actuates the camera. So let's hook those up with a butt connector. And we can just kind of button this thing up. It'll look a lot better than it does right now. Okay. Set this up. That one's in there. Pink. All right. Okay, so that's going to actuate it. Now, don't forget to hook up my GPS. While I get this opened up, I gotta remember I have to hook up the antenna. And I gotta run this backup camera cable out of here. Makes sense. Just go down in here somewheres. I just stuffed that camera cable down in here. I found it right there. So, get it where my left hand is. My next goal here. Give you a lot of line here because it has to reach all the way to the back. This one. There. The last thing I gotta hook up, just put this in all the way, is the antenna. That's this one. Here, and it's gonna go in this one. There we go. Shoot as far as it'll go. Okay, that's good. Stuff pushed in. Slide it in. This one back on for the mileage changes. Stick that in. Feeding this in. Right, pretty good. Push that in. Should click into position. So to run the cable, we're going to get into this part of the door, and there's a little spot here you can start prying off. This off. Got these kind of things, these clips. This side. that piece is out of there, that cover. Get that off to the side. And we gotta go and then do stuff up here. So we're gonna get this piece off too. Same kind of thing, these little clips. And when you want to put it in later, push those little pins in. There's the other one. I'm going to utilize this one to run stuff. This boot. So we're going to pry up on the rubber boot, get it out of its metal holder. Up there a little bit. That's just so we can run some of these cables. And we took off this cover. That's so we can mess with this reverse light, because we have to use power from that to tell the head unit that we're going into reverse. So that one is and we're going to tie into the one that brings it power, which is going to be, I think this one's the ground, and I think this is the one that's bringing it power. We'll use that one. Let's pull back on this trim piece here, this weather stripping. We have some access to this headliner. Get to this gap between there and there to run some wire. So we want to run a wire from this red and purple wire, which is the hot wire for the reverse light. We're gonna patch into there, and we're gonna run the wire underneath here, out in this crack, and we're gonna run it up over to here. We're going to run it through this boot, and then we'll run it, we'll just zip tie it onto this one, get it out here. We'll have it link in the power, have it linked into where the camera wire is going to be. So we want to get this thing off so that we can run some wire. To do that, open up the top. Already removed that black plastic trim, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm bolts that will take off to get that thing off, and then we can have a little bit more room to work. So we get those off. We'll show you next. Just about to take off that last bolt. I think I should take off this modular connector first, this white one. Now we should be able to get it off easily. There's 4 of those. Last one. Okay, so that thing should come off. This piece here. I release the clip here. They're holding it. There we go. Okay, it should come off now. Feel the clips releasing. Go. There we go. Okay, cool. Gives a little more room to work. Got it pulled out here. We need to get it down, so I'm going to feed it back in. So I can feel here with my left hand. Yeah, I can feel it. I got the cable. My left hand, pull it down through, and then let's go ahead and run this behind this panel. So just got to get this little nut off here. Pull this panel off. lift up on this one too. Just lifting up on the clips there. There we go. Okay, it's going to help me run the cable behind there. Make sure it's not going to be hitting anything. I'll run it behind here first to get away from the emergency brake. Okay, so I'm going to get it behind here and behind here. Just pull it through. Be a lot of pulling all the slack through. Okay, that's good. All right, get that out of the way. Put it down into this channel. All right, that's good. Now I think I can get it behind this part. It's going to allow me to go up. I'm just pulling back with my fingers, feeding it underneath. Get up higher. This all disappear. I'm going to try to cross over behind this thing here in a second. I'm going to stop there, put these pieces back where they were. Over that nut. These pieces back where they were. Pretty cool, everything just kind of snaps into place. That one back. Put that nut back on there. Okay guys, I grabbed this, pulled it back, got one of the clips off up here. And I'm gonna feed the wire in here behind. I'm just going to unclip it on the other side too. All right, let's unclip it over here. One back here. All right, see my wire. To the other side. There we go. There we go. See it. So we'll grab that. Pull it on through. Okay, we're pulling that on through. Looking good. That one back. In place. All right, we're doing good. Halfway back. So now, I'm going to run it underneath this weather stripping here, the remainder. there. Let's use my thumbs to look a little better. This strip. Pull this away a little bit. Supposed to go there. Let's go underneath it. There we go. That's all back. Good. This one back. These clips are so cool. They just smack them in. All right, so we're doing good, you guys. We're gonna pry this back a little bit and then get this to go over here. So pull that away and just gonna get a little room here. Run this cord. There we go. That's all we need. Get behind here. I'll go below this clip. Come over here. Come up there. Stuff that in there. Underneath here. Okay, that's good, you guys. Okay, let's just do this back part now. So we've run the cord all the way from run it all the way from the radio, the headset, down up here. And over through here, behind this one, all the way to here. So it's going to be easy to do the next part. Okay, guys, I want to run a wire underneath here to get to that red wire. So it can actuate the camera, and I'll run that red wire up here, and I'll run it through with this cable all the way through to the camera, which should be here. So I got to get out this 10mm. That's going to just let me get this panel back a little bit so I can run the wire. So you should keep all these little bolts with you. 10mm goes there. Pull back a little bit. Some access here. Run that through. See if I can see it on the other side here. Should just come right through, I think. You really get. Oh yeah, I see the hole now. There we go. All right, should be coming through here. Yeah, there's our red wire. Okay, that's cool. So we're all set over here. So we're going to run this red wire now up through this weather stripping. Cut off a length of it. Should be enough. Okay. So, getting it behind this panel, running it up here. Okay, that's good. So, get this stuff back where it was. Stripping back in there. Gotta take a look at this weather stripping when you get done messing with it, because it'll slip out of different places. Slip it back in. Clamp back in, huh? All right, that's good. Okay, so now to run these wires through this boot, what we can do, get this boot to come loose here, get all the way out, and you can put a screwdriver through here. Just take your time so you don't pierce it. This will make it a little straighter, so it's easier to feed the wires through. Let's get that 90-degree angle. There we go. We want to get the black wire and the red wire to go through here. So let's get those up where we want them. We're gonna go inside this little channel underneath the headliner until we get back where we want to go. These two guys both gonna go. All the way to there. Alright. Should be able to go up. Clip down. There's one here. Get that one down too. Give me more room. There we go. Okay, got it. All right, well, we're gonna go up through that hole. Our wires. Camera wire there. There's our actuator wire. Guy. There we go. Okay, looks good. Got in position. Get my weather stripping back where it's supposed to go. All right. Good, looking good. Got to turn up. Should work. It's gonna be a close fit though. Gotta make sure my camera has a fair amount of wire. The camera goes there. The wire comes in. Yeah, it should be enough wire. Okay, it's gonna be a close fit. So I wrapped my camera, RC jack, to make it a little smoother. I gotta fit it through this white part, and then it's gotta go up through the boot. It will fit. Okay, we got it through the white part, and we want to get through the boot. Spray a little bit of this oil on here. Alright, here comes my buddy. It's the first one. Okay, we got one of the lines through. You got the end of that red wire. It's already gone through the white thing. I got it taped up. I'm gonna put a little lubricant oil on there. Okay, let's feed it on through. Oops, I did that backwards. That's not good. Might still work. Bring two pieces through. Yeah, that did work. I didn't show you guys the best way, but it still worked. Okay, that's cool. Let's bring this one through now. The boot. Lubricating that does help a lot to get through the boot. Okay, that's good. All right, so let's get this off of the tape. We'll do the next part of the wiring. Okay guys, let's get these two, come up in there, feed these two through. Got the camera and the power line from the rear view, or the backup light. Okay, got that. I'm going to just follow this one through. Putting that plastic piece back in. The boot, so you go back over that lip of it, over the plastic lip. Alright, this boot, part of the boot, goes back where it goes. Stuff it back in there. Okay, got it. I'll put that 10mm back in there. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're gonna hook up to this rear view, or rear backup light. Okay, strip one more side here. Okay, I'm going to connect these three together. Nice connection there. Get that stuff tucked away. This little panel back up there. Okay. Cool. Let's work on using some zip ties to get this up here behind the windshield wiper. Get this camera line to go kind of behind stuff because I don't want it to get involved. There we go. And then bring this one through there too. Same, kind of the same place. Zip ties, looking good. Hey guys, I'm going to remove the license plate light cover right here because it's a nice access hole for the wires. Push in on this tab. Should be able to get it off. It's been there forever. Yeah, I feel like it's coming. There we go. Okay, so we got that off to create a bigger opening for the camera wires to go through. Put them through over there. I think I cut out a little notch probably. On the side of that plastic so this wire can fit through. And I think my camera, put a little double stick tape behind the mounting. We got it mounted here. I need a little room so I can get my fingers in to activate the hood release. I got a notch cut out of this one so I can run that wire through. And we'll just go ahead and put this one back in. I think it goes, this side goes in first. That one pops in. All right, so now we have a way for that wire to move. We can start putting this back together. We just got to do one more hook up here. We'll do this camera one. Hey, we had just the right amount of line. That's good. Cool. And let's go here. Here. Okay, so we can put our camera. Now for the lead, the way you can do this one, so give you a little jack for this. You could, if you wanted to, you could just wire it, I think, straight into here, but let's go ahead and use the piece they gave us. So I joined the hot wire from camera and the hot wire coming from the cable from the stereo, and the hot wire bringing power from the emergency or from the backup light here, all three into one. I'm going to put a ground wire right here. This is the black wire. Go right here on this ground. Put this ground wire on behind that washer. We'll tighten that down. It's a 10 millimeter. Come on, a little further. All right, so I got that ground wire on there. I'm going to kind of bundle these wires into position. These all we want them. And we'll put a zip tie, hold it all together. Okay, I think I'll do one more zip tie over here. These guys out of position, yep, nice and secure. Okay, and then we should be able to test to see if everything's working. Okay, got it. We're going to put this trim piece back on. It'll have all these little clips that we push in, and it's going to have those 4 nuts we'll put back on. I did put back on the lock release here too. So we're going to fit these guys in there. Get our thing lined up. Get it to go underneath first, maybe. start off, huh? Meters. All right, got it. Yeah, that's nice. This piece back in there. Holes. Clicking this stuff in. Line this stuff up. They're all lined up. All done. Watching our video, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance, and also click the little bell notification button so we can send you weekly videos on all the different ways of fixing appliances around your home and saving you lots of money. So thanks again for watching, and please also press the like button for our video if this was helpful to you. Feel free to contact me at the email listed below, which is scottthefixitguy@yahoo.com, with any of your questions.